Haha, yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Filip Latocha, and I took like a week off from filming stuff. You probably couldn't tell because like stuff's being released anyways, because I pre-recorded stuff. But anyways, yeah, we're back, and the holidays are on their way. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about a shoe that I returned like 2 weeks ago, because I thought I destroyed it, and I got the shoe exchanged, ultimately. And, yeah, I want to talk about it. It's the Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percent, in the sickest color I've ever seen, which is this Mango Heartbreak Series color. Obviously, we want to talk about some of the good stuff, and then I want to talk about something that I think is slightly different in this shoe that I think needs to be addressed. Mostly because it is, I think, an upgrade. But we'll get to that in the video as we go along here. So before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new. If you're already subscribed and you've been watching the content, thank you so much for your continued support. I love each and every one of you. Let's keep it up, guys. Let's see if we can get this channel up to 300 subs now. I think that's what we're getting to. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I've never had a YouTube channel go over 300 subs, so that's kind of sick. So yeah, let's keep that up. Anyways, yeah, let's launch the montage. Ow! The Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percent Take 3, if you've been watching my videos. Yeah, this is the third pair I've owned. The first one I returned it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it. And then I got, that was the black and white version, and then we got the gray, more whited out version of the shoe, which I ended up really enjoying. And after 100 miles, I did damage the outsole of the shoe in a certain section. I'll run that clip somewhere in this montage here. But of course, now we are on pair number 3, which I really enjoy for more reasons than one. And I think there's an upgrade to this shoe that's worth discussing. But again, you, the viewers at home who have access to some measuring equipment, are going to have to help me out with this as we go along. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first things first, let's talk specs about the shoe if you've never watched a review about this shoe before. We'll just get everyone caught up to it. So, of course, Main specs of this shoe. This is a heavy shoe. At about, I'd say, this size shoe, it's about maybe 9 to 8.8 ounces, which puts it at about like 260 to 270 grams. It's a heavy running shoe, but that being said, sometimes less is not more when it comes to a Nike shoe, particularly as of late with like things like the Vaporfly Next Percent, the Alpha Fly, and especially the Tempo Next Percent too, in my opinion. Despite the shoe being heavy, there's a lot of technology here that kind of compensates for what I think makes it a very fast shoe if used properly. But we'll get into that. So that's the weight of the shoe. The offset from heel to toe is about 8 to 10 millimeters. So that's a pretty high stack height as opposed to the Alpha Fly, which runs about like 4 to 6 millimeters. So for this to be a training component to that shoe is a very interesting pick that they don't even have the same offset or of the stack height. So we'll see how that plays out in the long run. Unless you're kind of indifferent to that offset, then I suppose it's not that big of a deal. On the upper here, of course, it is a Flyknit upper, which gets a lot of mixed reactions from people who have, of course, run in this shoe or run in a Flyknit predecessor. It is kind of thin here in this midfoot area, which makes it flexible, makes it kind of translucent, makes it breathable in my opinion. And of course, in this toe box area right here in front, of course, it's kind of layered with a little bit of paint just to make it a little bit tough. As you go closer to the heel of the upper, the Flyknit does get a little bit thicker. Of course, the heel being the thickest point of it, resembling more of the traditional Flyknit we've seen in the past with like the 4% Flyknit racing version of the Zoom Fly they had, etc., etc. Of course, the shoelaces are offset. They're asymmetrical, as you can see. They go towards the outside of the foot, which is something Nike's been rolling with for a while. I think we've kind of come to terms with the fact that that is kind of the direction Nike is going, asymmetrical. And anyways, so talking in the collar, of course, the collar of the shoe is the Flyknit, and of course we've mentioned this several times down the video. Pertaining to the Tempo Next Percent, sometimes this collar area does cut into your Achilles or the heel of your foot, but this Achilles pillow is better positioned now than I think it has been done historically. I've had this strange thought that previously there was some kind of manufacturing error or some kind of anomaly that was causing it to cut into people's heels with the previous renditions of the Tempo Next Percent. I didn't feel that at all, or I didn't even really think about it during my run in this shoe. It was just pretty snug. It was comfortable. Yeah, I didn't really think about it all too much, and I don't think I had any sort of issues with the Mango series in particular in this case. Of course, when you first put this shoe on the first time, it is kind of hard to get into because the Flyknit material is very snug around your ankle, and you do have to open up these laces to really get yourself into this shoe. So that's kind of what's going on with the upper. Nothing too different from previous discussions about this shoe. Let's talk bottoms of the shoe, and let's talk foam. So, of course, ZoomX foam is right here on this top layer, which kind of runs this section right here. We have a React heel, which is very comfortable, very nice for landing if you have a slight heel strike, or if you have a midfoot strike that kind of turns into a heel drop. That React foam with the addition of these rubber reinforcements here are very nice. The ZoomX, of course, is very fast on here, and of course this piece of ZoomX that we've got here as well, very comfortable for the foot. Actually, I think this is React on the top. That's React. My apologies, everyone. This layer here, painted with the mango color, is React. It's very nice on your foot, very comfortable. Doesn't have nearly as much spring as the ZoomX in this particular instance, but we're not concerned about which one has more spring, because this shoe is not your generic foam running shoe, of course, because we have this fly plate technology with the Air Zoom pods running across the shoe here in this midfoot, forefoot area. That being said, this is the part of the shoe that gives it its crazy reputation, because some people absolutely hate this, some people absolutely love it in this particular shoe. I haven't heard too many disputes in terms of the Alpha Fly. Some people just either really love it or just have mild discomfort with it, but this one is the one that gets the weird rep. So anyways, the Air Zoom pockets here do work very well on your fast runs. And that's the key here, is you should be using it on like a more tempo, more threshold workout. To use it on your easy run, I guess it depends what your easy pace is. If your easy pace is like 10 to 11 minute miles, I don't know if you're going to experience any kind of fun out of these zoom pockets. But if your easy pace is kind of like my pace, which is about like 7:30, 7:45, kind of crossing into 6:50 pace per mile, you'll have a good time with these as an easy run shoe. So it's really just kind of depending on you precisely to see if you'll get any activation out of these pockets. But the springs do work, and as a consequence, at least in my running cases, basically my cadence does drop a little bit, so I lose about 10 steps per minute running in this particular shoe. I have like a general running cadence of about 158, 160. I've dropped to about 150 in this shoe. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. You might have to work a little bit harder. Granted, it is a heavier shoe, and you're going to be utilizing, I think, more quick twitch muscle to activate this shoe's full potential, because you are making such greater motion in your stride and in your cadence to get more activation out of the shoe. Anyways, I digress. So, some of the changes that we need to discuss, well, I guess the last thing that we could discuss, obviously, is the bottom of the shoe. The same reinforcement here is on the rubber, same clinky plate here is existing as well, and of course the fly plate in this shoe, if that's what we want to call it, is still this nylon material that is supposed to be the carbon plates step down material, I would say. Again, I'm indifferent to the nylon plates activation, because of course the air zoom pods, or pockets you can say, in these shoes, the pillows, seem to be working just fine. Alright, so for you guys at home who have access to the tools required to do this measurement, definitely check with your existing pair of Tempo Next percents. But it's my opinion that this 4-foot rubber plate by the air pockets looks slightly thicker than the previous rendition of the Tempo Next percent. That being said, the number I'm seeing here on these calipers, as we're running it across there, I'm going to see if I can get this like right there. I'm getting roughly 0.9, which is 0.875 if we were to convert it later. That puts us at a pretty different thickness than I remember the Tempo Next percent's 4-foot rubber being. And I don't know if this is necessarily an upgrade, but again, if you're at home and you have an access to calipers, I want you guys to measure this 4-foot air pocket area out for me, and confirm with me if they're not the same. Because again, it looks just a smidgen thicker than I remember it being before, and I wonder if Nike decided during manufacturing that the shoe life and the constant damage to the air pocket rubber area was necessary to make the call to make it thicker in order to preserve the shoe life and prevent people from constantly returning the shoe. I don't know. It's hard to say, and again, maybe the same thing exists in the heel. I can't, again, tell because I didn't pay attention to the previous models, so that's kind of why I'm asking you guys to verify this with me. And I'll try to do a Google search on it later to see if there was a difference, but again, this is just what I'm seeing at first glance and first run with it. So, that's all I've really got so far with the Tempo Next percent. I feel good about this pair. I think this mango color scheme, it makes the shoe a lot faster. Because remember, the crazier the color, the faster the shoe goes. Always. That's just big brain science, big science energy stuff right there. So, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of fun, fast results out of this shoe. Anyways, if you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me your thoughts on your Tempo Next percent pairs. If you love them, hate them. If you have the Mango series Tempo Next percent, what do you guys think in comparison to the previous Tempo Next percent models? Do they feel the same? Do they feel better? Do you just have like that honeymoon phase with the shoe that just makes it feel really fast and really sleek? Yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and yeah, I'll be happy to kind of bounce my thoughts around with you and see how everything goes with this shoe. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys real soon after I'll say 50 to 100 miles in this shoe. I think we're gonna do 50, just to see how this particular shoe plays out. But yeah, I'll see you guys then.